Well, everybody, Jake Meyers' helmet saved the day. But before that, Framber Valdez was absolutely dealing. Jose Abreu was the player of the game. Let's talk about this and everything that happened in the Lance McCullers update on tonight's Locked On Astros.
Alvarez hits a high drive center field. Beer leans back. This game is turned upside down. There's the runner. Fly ball down the right field line. Tucker comes on. Kyle Tucker. This time they finish the job.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett Htown Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we are your daily Astros podcast. I'm Htown Wheelhouse. Thank y'all for tuning in to this winning edition of Locked On Astros. That's right. Today's episode is brought to you by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is for a championship team. And when a championship team is all about the player being the perfect fit, it's same for your vehicle. So for parts that fit, head to eBay Motors and look for the green check. Stay in the game with eBay Guaranteed Fit, ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. eBay Guaranteed Fit, only available to U.S. customers. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. Make sure that you make us your first listen every single day. Make sure that you are an everydayer. And we thank you for tuning in. We ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on your way to work and on your way home from work. If you missed the news today, I did an emergency podcast. You have to go check that out. It gives you all the injury updates. I won't be able to cover all of those tonight. Maybe some of them I will, but we will definitely mention Lance McCullers Jr. and what his fate is. And it was something that I had been telling y'all that was probably going to happen. But let's get into this. Look, tonight, Framber Valdez, his storyline got lost in all the storylines that came towards the end. There were errors in the ninth inning. That's right, Albert. There was missed opportunities. Ryan Pressly did not look good. This was his third blown save in his last 6 appearances. But look, we know that closers go through their ups and downs, and we'll talk about that here in a second. We'll talk about that probably in the third segment. But right now, let's focus on Framber Valdez because we don't want his performance to get lost in the mix. That's right. Framber Valdez deserved that win. So let's look at this. You look at Baseball Savant. He induced 11 swings and misses today. I mean, he looked excellent. When you look at the box score, this is what he gave you. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts. I mean, he did have 6 hard hit balls, but he kept the ball in the ballpark. He struck out their 1, 2, and 3 hitter. They were basically 4 of his, 6 strikeouts. These guys were up there swinging and missing with everything they had. But Framber Valdez did a great job, and he locked it down. Framber Valdez, on the year, he is right now at 6-5. Several of those losses come because he didn't get the right kind of support. But overall, he's got a 2.27 ERA with 91 innings pitched, 95 strikeouts now, and a 103 whip. So I love to see that from Framber Valdez. I really like what he does and where he is right now in the season. No, that's right. Eric is not here tonight. Eric is hanging out with family, so I'm taking over solo. He may be back tomorrow. But look, no matter whether I'm out or he's out, you got at least one of us. So thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I don't know if y'all been going to these games. I was at these last 2 games, and they've been exciting. This one was a little too exciting, more exciting than you would like it to be. But with Framber Valdez mentioned, you have to go in and talk about the relief pitching. Hector Neris continues to be dominant. Hector Neris continues to go out on the mound and just simply deal. He did throw 1 inning. He had 6 strikeouts. Looked really, really good. And then you get to Ryan Pressly. And look, let's just go through this here. What happened with Ryan Pressly? It just seemed like I don't know what's going on. I know that he has his moments. I know that closers have their moments, but the ninth inning just did not look good. Dominic Smith got a triple on a line drive to center fielder Jake Meyers, and then you had Vargas scored. And then you had Luis Garcia grounds out. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone here. Grounds out to first baseman Jose Abreu. You got 2 outs. It is 4-4 Washington. And then CJ Abrams ended up grounding out to first Jose Abreu. They got 3 outs. But before that, they basically got 3 runs. They go into the ninth inning when we're up 4-1. You're like, Presley's coming in. The lights drop, the LEDs go off, and then it just kind of all fell apart from there. This ninth inning, again, let's kind of go back through that recap here. I was looking at only the key moments. Joey Manassas reached on the throwing error, so there's error number 1 by third baseman Alex Bregman. Then you had Corey Dickerson come in, a pinch hitter. He gets a double. That's when Manassas scores. Kyber Ruiz grounded out. Jose Altuve to first, Corey Dickerson to third. There's 1 out. Then Vargas ended up reaching on the fielder's choice. Corey Dickerson scored. There's a throwing error on Ryan Presley. That's 2 errors in the inning. And then Dominic Smith triples to center fielder Jake Meyer, and Vargas scores. They stop the scoring. The bleeding stops there. And you're like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Like, is this going to go into 10, 11, 12, 13 innings? Because what have the Astros done every time in an extra inning game? They've lost. So they have not been able to get over that extra inning hump. But let's talk about some positive stuff. Jose Abreu. This dude is a man. This guy tonight, he had an absolute game. He gets up to the plate. He goes 3 for 4. His average is now up to 233. I know you're like, whoa, hold the phone. That's not good. Oh, yes, it is. Compared to where he was, he got a double and a home run. He had 3 RBI tonight. He's up to 33. I mean, he's only 22 behind Jordan's total. It's pretty impressive. He hit the ball with gusto. He hit the ball. You're right. It was a laser. It was a hard hit ball. 417 feet, 109.6 miles an hour off the bat. An absolute laser. And then right after that, the rookie, Yainer Diaz, 404-foot home run, and looked great, 105.4 off the bat. Absolutely phenomenal. Jose Abreu is absolutely, I don't want to say he's lighting the world on fire, but if you go and you look at what he's been doing lately here in, let's just go to June alone. Okay. In June, he has, let's see. In June, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 5 multi-hit games in June. We are at June 14th. That is a big turnaround. I believe he had 3 in April and May altogether. 5 multi-hit games. He has gotten 3 hits, well, once, but he had 3 multi-hit games back to back to back. Blue Jays, Guardians. Then he went 0 for 4. Then these last 2 games. So he's on this streak. He's only had 2 games in the last, actually all this month, that he hasn't gotten a hit. He's hit safely in every game but 2. So yeah, this dude, like 16 hits, he's hitting 327 in June. Guys, remember just about a week ago, we were talking Jose Abreu. When are we going to consider this a bad signing? And we all opined, and I always try to hold my brakes on that. I think you've got to give a guy an entire year, especially spent 9 years with one team. But there just wasn't the comfort level that you wanted with Jose Abreu. You didn't feel like he felt like he fit in and that he looked great at the plate. But let me tell you, if you're worried about comfort and you're worried about looking great at the plate, then I've got to tell you, there's no other place to look than Birddogs. That's right. Birddogs.com/LockedOnMLB. They make you look great. They make you look like Jose Abreu at the plate in June. They fit way better than regular shorts, and they're that are made of stiff, restricting cotton, not Birddogs. They fix the issue, inventing cloud knit fabric that looks just like khaki but stretches, so it gives you a way slimmer fit without having to sacrifice the movement. Birddog uses anti-stink, sweat-wicking fabric that keeps you cool and dry all day long. I would show you my Birddogs, but I don't know if I'm in the right perspective, but I wore my Birddogs to the game tonight, and I couldn't have been more comfortable. Even when things started going bad, my Birddogs helped me stay calm. I'm not just saying that for the commercial. I'm telling you it's true. Go to birddogs.com/LockedOnMLB and enter the promo code LockedOnMLB for a free Yeti-style tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/LockedOnMLB for a free Yeti-style tumbler. You won't want to take your Birddogs off. We promise you. Comfort sets in, and that's what I think happened tonight. Look, they made a couple of errors, and I'm not saying that they laid back and just gave up because Presley came in, but they looked like they weren't ready to defend. They just, 2 errors, you're up by 3. You just kind of almost threw the game away. Earlier today, I'll tell you all this. I had the opportunity to interview Joe Record. Joe Record is the closer for the Space Cowboys. We had interviewed him last year, and you can check that out under Astros player interviews when he was with the Hooks. He is having phenomenal success, and we talked about this microcosm of the closer role, of how it's a lot like a kicker in the NFL. And it's a recency bias and what have you done for me lately type of mentality when it comes to fans. And I know you're saying, but Brett, Ryan Presley has blown 3 of his last 6 save opportunities. This is not a good thing. Let him struggle right now. Let him figure it out. Every closer goes through bumps along the way, but we know more times than not, Presley has been an absolute shutdown closer. Look, Brian Abreu has also looked a little pedestrian lately, giving up some hits, but let these guys figure it out. This walk-off win, this walk-off wacky play, I want to talk about this. It was insane. So, yes, Ryan Presley, let me finish with this. Ryan Presley has not been doing well, but Ryan Presley will be fine. He is our closer. We're not bringing up anybody else right now. Ryan Presley is a man, and Joe Record talked very, very highly of him. It will be okay. It's a long season. So what happened in this last play? Because it was insane. And let me tell you, oh my goodness, Dave Martinez, he was absolutely furious. And if I can make this transition smoothly enough to show y'all, I'm going to try to save this picture. There's a picture that Dave Martinez actually held up in the press conference here in Houston to show how he claims that Jake Meyers was in the base pass and should have absolutely been called out for interference. So I'm going to show y'all that picture because I didn't see it. Obviously at the game, you can't see the things that they see, but someone literally ran a copy of this picture and they gave it to Dave Martinez and he used it as evidence. Now, I'll tell you this, Dave Martinez, and I will tell you who sent me the picture. The picture comes from Bobby Blanco. Bobby Blanco is a reporter with the Washington Nationals. He's an insider podcaster, and he is with MASN Nationals Broadcast. He is allowing me to use this picture, so thank you, Bobby. This is a picture. Now, if you look on the picture, now if you're listening, this is why you got to tune into YouTube. You will see Jake Meyers running inside the baseline between the grass and the baseline itself. Now, Kyber Ruiz grabs the ball, steps on, actually, a ground ball was hit to the shortstop. The shortstop throws it home. He steps on home plate. Turns, and he throws. The argument for Jake Meyers is that he's simply running to the base trying to get there. it's up to the catcher to step to the right to throw around the runner, and he did not. He threw at the runner. Look, I don't know. Let's look at that again. I don't know what you're thinking, but I'm sitting there thinking, that looks pretty bad on camera. But I really don't like the rule. I think the rule is faulty in that. Think about this. Think about this, folks. If the runner's running to the base and you don't see the ball coming to you, how can you avoid the baseball? I mean, you're supposed to have like a little, you remember, I don't know if you had those, well, I never had them, but like people who race for my Tour de France crowds, okay, for my Greg LeMond and Lance Armstrong crowds, they have the little rear view mirror that hangs off the helmet of the bike, or off the helmet of the rider, so you can kind of see behind you. Like, are they supposed to have something on the helmet? Is there supposed to be like a camera? I don't know what they wanted, but that's why I said Jake Meyers' helmet saved the day. And I think this is hilarious because Jake Meyers' helmet has been the talk of the town since he got here. Because, say it with me, kids, what happens? His helmet always falls off his head. He cannot keep a helmet. You would have to glue that helmet to his head for it to stay, because that was, I mean, absolute chaos. So Real Purple and Gold is saying, how in the heck is that interference? From what I understand, because I listened to Dave Martinez's comments, from what I understand is he's saying that Jake Meyers should have, when he hit the ball, he should have run and been between the foul line to the right and the grass on the right, not on the inside between the foul line and the grass on the left, which is closest to the pitch around. That's what he's saying. This is right here. It said this: as he got closer, he moved out the line. So look, this is a bang bang play. Siri's trying to interrupt the show. That was really rude. You're right. Jake is lucky his helmet did not fall off this time. That's correct. But his helmet, the ball careened off his helmet. You know, Kyle Tucker had been out and he waved Jose Abreu home. So Jose Abreu scored the winning run. Jose Abreu hit a double that scored a run earlier. Jose Abreu hit a home run. I mean, actually, it was a 2-run double and a solo shot. So Jose Abreu is your player of the game. I mean, it's just that simple. This guy is top notch. He's second to none. I absolutely love what he's doing now. And, you know, I have to admit, I was somewhat skeptical. I was not necessarily a believer, because I was like, I just want to see it. Like, I know about the lull. I know about going slow and starting slow. But at the end of the day, he's got to do it. You've got to do it. And this is one of the cool things I talked about, and we're going to talk about a Lance McCullers update in the next segment when we get to that, and we'll talk about some things when it comes to Michael Brantley and Yordan Alvarez. But before we do that, I need to tell y'all about Hooters. Hooters is the place you need to go for all of your Houston Astros viewing needs, especially if you want good food, good beer, good wings, hang out with your buds, and the world famous Hooters girls. They are there. Their Houston locations are all over, from Webster to Seabrook, from Baytown to Galveston, from Stafford to Humboldt to Sugar Land. All over there are Hooters. Whether you're dining in, online, carry out, or you're ordering delivery, you can get the best food at Hooters. That's right. And there's some specials going on. Hooters Sugar Land is hosting a Give a Hoot charity golf tournament benefiting the V Foundation to help the fight against breast cancer. The tournament is June 15th, and you can sign up there at the store. Also, Hooters in Pearland has a 3-on-3 basketball tournament on June 24th. Join your buddies and head to Hooters Pearland to sign up. Who's ready for a good time? They have happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 7, and then 10 p.m. to close. Join them anytime. $3 Blue Moon specials, $9.99 Michelob Ultra pitchers. No matter the occasion, Hooters is ready to make you happy. Go hang out with the world famous Hooters girls and tell them that Htown Wheelhouse sent you. Also, on Thursday night, you can catch the Houston Astros and all of the hometown broadcast on your Sirius XM app. If you do not have a way to watch the game, you can listen. You pull up your app, you go to Sirius XM, you search Astros, and you'll find all the plays, all the local calls from there. Sparky and Ford will have everything there for you. Search Sirius XM and be looking for the Locked On Astros team as well. We are on there, hopefully here pretty soon. Look, at the end of the day, this Houston Astros team, and what I wanted to get to in this last segment was I wanted to get to what's going on with Lance McCullers Jr., what's going on with Yordan Alvarez. And if you watch the episode I made earlier with our friend Rip Griffin, you saw this. So this is not new news to you, but the Houston Astros put out an actual statement about Lance McCullers and what is going on. And Lance McCullers Jr. has been shut down for this year. He will undergo surgery on his elbow, on his flexor tendon. He will also have a bone spur removed. And so he is going to be done for the year. So Lance McCullers Jr. will not pitch this year, along with Luis Garcia. And so we know for a fact that he is pretty much down for the count. And this was kind of worst case scenario with Lance McCullers Jr. And it stinks because he is a competitor that when he's healthy, he can, I'm not saying he can't do any wrong, because we remember the 5 home runs in the World Series that he gave up, but he has been clutch more times than not. It was the right forearm to repair his flexor tendon, to be exact, and to remove a bone spur. So something that he's dealt with in the past, and that's that. Yordan Alvarez, he's out 4 to 6 weeks. He's out till probably the All-Star break, so we won't see him. So the need for a left-handed bat, y'all are asking, who is going to, who are they going to target in free agency? I think they're going after a left-handed bat. That's what I think they're going to do. Brown did give, I have heard an update on Urquidy. I heard that he is going to be throwing here pretty soon, that he is feeling good, but we have not been given a timetable for Urquidy. I think they're anticipating July on Jose Urquidy. So thank you for asking that. We do need another pitcher, but they keep talking about a left-handed bat. I know they will probably go out and get that, especially with Yordan being out 4 to 6 weeks. That oblique strain is something that is can be serious. So those are those updates. Michael Brantley, Dana Brown said, is feeling good. He's hitting, he's throwing, he's fielding. He feels no pain. He said you're going to start seeing him out there more. And so you'll definitely need to make sure that you keep an eye out for Michael Brantley, because he definitely is going to be out there sooner rather than later. The Houston Astros have been plagued with injuries this year, but right now they're keeping pace with the Rangers. The Rangers did win today. They beat the Angels. The Astros and Rangers are 3.5 back from each other. The Angels are right there on our heels. So it's kind of a catch-22. We want the Angels to beat the Rangers, but then if we lose, then we don't really gain anything on the Rangers, but we lose a game to the Angels, and you want to stay in that wild card hunt. Jorge Soler would be available. I'm not sure his contract situation in Miami, but he is a bat that's been mentioned, that they've been linked to. Shane Bieber is a name they've been linked to, but I don't see Cleveland giving up Shane Bieber. I know Eric was talking about it was his audition, but Cleveland to me has too powerful of an offense to just give up, and that Central is wide open. I don't think it's the Twins or the Indians. It could be either one of those guys. Yeah, Real Purple saying, imagine Soler and Alvarez in the same lineup. I mean, that would be truly, truly sick. I would love to see that. That would be fun to watch. Can you imagine those guys going back-to-back home runs? That would be 100% insane. But there were so many good things in this game that happened. Again, Abreu with a 3-hit day. another multi-hit game. Absolutely love that. 100%. Just think he is really starting to, figure things out. And so that's just what I wanted to talk to y'all about today. Who's already had surgery? Lance McCullers, did I say? Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Lance McCullers had surgery Tuesday night. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm talking as if it hasn't happened. Like I went back to the past and need to go back to the future. Sorry about that. Thank you for correcting me on that. But man, been at 2 games in a row. I am one tired dog. I don't see how season. If you're a season ticket holder and you listen to this show, I don't see how you go to every single game. Like I don't. And the people I'm talking about that go to every single game, I know many of them are older than me. I don't know how they have that energy. I mean, it is brutal. Stokey Beat says, I feel like the Astros will have to cough up some players to get big name players. Look, if you want a big name, you're going to have to give up some stuff. It's going to be painful. Look, I don't want Luis Ariz. I know he's hitting for average, but he's another Mauricio Dubon. He doesn't hit for power. He doesn't really hit for RBI. Ariz is having a great year. He's having an outlier year. I don't think. No, I did not have any Modelos tonight. That is incorrect, BG. I did enjoy a beverage or two, but they weren't Modelos. Oh yeah, I love this right here. It's crazy that Abreu was like, guys, I screwed up, and then completely turned it around at the most perfect time. Look, he's been working like an absolute dog in the lab, being at the field longer than everybody else, getting there early, staying late, and it's paying off. I mean, your hard work pays off. Yes, Kevin Cruz, that is correct. I'm not going to say it on here to be free advertisement, but yes, that is correct. Just uno, solamente one. Only one, sir. Look, Dana Brown said they would be aggressive. Okay. Well, then show me the money. Show me the money. Show me where you are going to be aggressive and do it. Don't tell me you're going to do it. Do it. So we got, we do need another solid pitcher. I'll wrap it up on this. Bielak and France are okay, but not ideal for a deep postseason run. I think France might be a guy that is in tune for a postseason run. But load management, innings pitched, they've never gone this far in their young major league careers. You got a lot of young arms. You got young guys out there. Who are they going to trade? Is McCormick on the block? Is Jolks on the block? Are they looking at one of their top prospects, Melton, Drew Gilbert? I mean, look, if you're going to go out and get somebody that has a ton of worth, you're going to have to give up somebody, and they don't have a lot of give ups. So I really thank y'all for tuning in, for waiting up this late, waiting for me to get home and get things set up. This has been a solo edition of Locked On Astros, and make sure that you catch the Astros and Nationals. They play Thursday night at 7:10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Catch every pitch of the Astros hometown broadcast with SiriusXM on the SXM app. Search Astros. It's been so fun. I love hanging out with you guys. And look, hopefully I'll get to the Father's Day game. If I'm at a game and you're at a game, hit me up on social media and let me know. I'll look at you guys. I would love to say hi, get a picture. Thank y'all so much for making this your first listen. Thank y'all for being an everydayer. And next week, we're going to start talking more, probably on Sunday, about a special live event, June 23rd, Katy, Texas, at Home Run Dugout. Let me tell you, it's going to be fun. Before the Dodgers and the Astros play, it's going to be great. Y'all come hang out with us. We'll give you more details as we get closer. And as always, remember, we're your team every single day. Go Stros. The Braves heating up, y'all. Let's go.